Good morning, all you beautiful people. Technically, it's afternoon where I'm at, but it's morning time for me. I had me a little bit of gameplay. I finished up my Power Rangers playthrough. Man, stage 7 won that boss rush on hard mode. It ain't as easy as I remember it. Whew, that's some good stuff. Y'all check that out. I even uploaded some bonus content. I uploaded some of my failed attempts. I was salty. If you want to see a montage of me being salty, check that out. But this comment, this thread, this chain, new model for Robin. I'm just curious. Let me check the first. Yep, Gravedigger's racist comments are still there. Okay, cool. Jimmy's repost of his deleted comments there. I covered those comments up here. Definitely questioning how he has ideology. He clearly does. There's nothing wrong with having an ideology, by the way. That's like saying I have an opinion. There's nothing wrong with an opinion by itself, but you know, the tone of the opinion. They changed Robin a lot. Imagine being angry about something you can barely even see. That's a pretty good point. Got a couple more comments. Yeah, and Solace has a good point against Zeph Nolly. I wonder who Zeph. I wonder who he really is talking about, though. And the bunny kicker. Here comes the bunny kicker. Now, I call out a lot of people that I purport to be on the left, Democrats, liberals, quote unquote, that side. Well, you know, pardon me. For all intents and purposes, the bunny kicker appears to be on the right. And I talk about all the spooky, exaggerated claims of, you know, boogeymen on the right that don't exist. But when there are actually bad faith actors on the right, well, it's my duty to be right and fair and faithful and pointing some bitches out. And, you know, I'm starting to question the bunny kicker more and more. This video is a montage of Jesse Peterson saying black lesbians. And I mean, you got a good point, and you make a good point, and then maybe you reference that good point once or twice. But when you keep coming back to that point over and over, it's like, where's the rest of your content? You know, so I try to prevent myself from drilling into monotonous points over and over. But then again, that's not to say when your point's being questioned. But I don't know. He's pushing that black lesbian part, and it's making it come across as the argument having less merit than it does. He's basically plagiarizing people making more sincere arguments. He's trying to say people that don't like her, this is why. Andreas makes a good point. You know, we don't care about what color she is. We don't care about who she has sex with. It's the way that she's created. If they had brought Riley back, and Riley was suddenly talking and saying these things, and Riley was throwing his hands up whenever the weather happened, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't do that. You know, the animations that Riley did were in response to me equipping tools for the first time, or an alien being talking to me or doing weird stuff. It made sense. You know, I come up out of the water and it's like, oh no, the sun's bright. I'm going to cover my eyes. I'm like, I can't see where I'm going. I have to actually stop and wait for her to quit doing that. That's what Andrea's just talking about. Then we got the final page, bunny kicker. You're going to get banned, dude. I mean, if he was trying to make a point, like if he was trolling and being like, I'm going to act like an alt-right racist, satirically, you know, parody. If he's trying to make a point, I don't think it's that. I mean, on both forums, that guy is an example of someone on the right that seems to be alt-right and toxic. Cadillac has a very well thought out post. Yes, we have no problem playing as a black female. We really do not. Check this out, this part here. This guy's, I mean, read it. This breaks immersion for Catalytic because he has actual experience around female scientists. The way that they act, their personality. What kind of a person becomes a scientist? Oh, are they intelligent? Hardly, because anyone can educate themselves, but you have to be curious. You have to have a thirst for knowledge, a want to know. You have to be open-minded. Robin is very close-minded. She's got this teenager, I know everything. My way is the right way. I'm not going to learn anything. She doesn't, scientists do experiments and they get results and they compare and test variables, and there's a scientific process to the whole thing. And Robin's reactions to what she learns, the new data that she gets, her hypothesis doesn't change, and there's no growth. She doesn't seem to actually care about the truth or science, and that's a result of the way that she's written. That's why people don't like her. And he really wants to. He really wants to just come out and say it, but he can't. Dr. Dro, this, a trillion times this. I'm like, I know he's talking in support of something I believe in, but come on, man. I'm not sure if he's being unironic. Bunny Kicker coming in. I don't like looking down and seeing tits personally. Well, I mean, I'm a guy, but I have no problem with seeing tits, okay? There should be more tits in games. And if those tits come along with the story, make the story well designed, please. Or at least have the tits there to look at. Robin's got tits. I don't have a problem with that. And you check yourself if you do. Lamau, Dro's got a response. Oh, look at this. Oh, look. Someone gave him a heart warming. All the wolf. So, there are some legitimately terrible people in this thread. I agree. Thus far, I've seen support for Simon, who was an avowed racist, sexist, and classist to the point. See, you're an ist. Whenever you hear someone say, oh, if you disagree or someone on the left doesn't like you, they call you a racist, they call you a sexist, you're an istophobe. To the point where Unknown Worlds had no choice but to fire him because he alienated everyone who wasn't a Nazi over the course of a single weekend, which isn't great for their future prospects as a company. I'm sorry. The majority of people that know about Simon, or if I was to ask them, hey, what do you think about the guy that made the music for Subnautica? The majority of the people don't even know that he was fired. Couldn't even tell you why he was fired. Wouldn't even be able to tell you why he got fired. Didn't even know he got fired. Don't even know the politics related behind it. So many people would tell you, it's like, man, I love the music in Subnautica. I don't think Simon alienated anyone, because most of the praise that people have for Subnautica is the beautiful artwork, the atmosphere, the music, the ambience, the clever, everything comes after that. The cleverly written story, which is very light. But even though it's light, it's spread lightly like butter, but it is delicious butter, and it adds to the flavor. With Below Zero, it is low quality, spoiled butter, smeared on, thick and heavy, and it doesn't enhance the flavor of the product. It smothers the product, and it's not a good balance. But this very first paragraph of his, completely disingenuous. Because if it's true, if Unknowns felt like y'all had no choice but to fire Simon for what he said, if y'all really felt like if you didn't do that, if you kept Simon employed, your player base would have abandoned you. If that's how y'all really felt, then why do y'all still employ Jess Demers? Why is she allowed to say the things that she said? Hold on, let me pull that up. Boom. Screenshots. Photo evidence. Simon can get fired for tweets. How come she can say tweets like this? Talking about racist and sexist and classist, but then she's still employed. Look.